Good evening, and I welcome you to your transformative program, Politics and Beyond. My name is Emmanuel Jr., the Chief Crusader Against Corruption here in Ghana. This evening's episode is a special one and is dedicated to you, the viewer. And anytime you hear me mention that an episode is specially dedicated to you, what it simply means is that you are my guest. And so this evening, as we dive into 1 year of governance and transparency, in other words, looking at what the 1 year of His Excellency John Dramani Mahamat's administration has brought to us, we are going to reflect and find out, particularly from you, whether or not our expectations has been met. As always, even before we get to the phone-in segment, the WhatsApp line is activated and it will be displayed on your screen for you to share in your comments, and it will also be read to you or for you at the appropriate time. We are looking at 1 year of governance and transparency, and the focus is on John Mahamat's, His Excellency's administration. Has this 1 year met your expectation? Is it a year that you can say that there's hope, or you feel disappointed? Start sharing in with your comments and your contributions. And indeed, even if you have any question that you want to be addressed in line with the topic that I have mentioned to you, you are also at liberty to do that. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and when I come back, we'll zoom into analyzing and assessing whether or not the 1 year has brought us any fortunes. Stay tuned.
If I cry na menyisika, edia ye mefui.
Ehinfa pa na menya bosia, edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre, miye busia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yema kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuro bosia, susu account, ɛne da so wɔ hɔ savings account, me bada chain savings account, ɛne de akeka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 03422919896. Na won so wetumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka owner.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Hello Ghana, payday is here. Stand a chance to win instant cash prizes on Review Scratch for Win, up to 100,000 Ghana cedis to be won today. Get ready to play Review Scratch for Win to win big on TV XYZ. Stop scrolling and start winning. It's simple. Dial *850*6# on all networks. Choose your card type and select your lucky card for a chance to win big. Play with at least 5 Ghana cedis or more. You could win up to 100,000 Ghana cedis in cash prize instantly. Yes, you heard right. 100,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes. Don't miss out on the chance to win big. Dial *850*6# to play it now. Review Scratch for Win. Scratch it again. It is discussing power. You must be 18 years and above to play. Terms and conditions apply. This game is regulated and approved by the NMA and the Caritas Council.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to Accra.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforidua Aquadum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. Auto checks, check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
We've gone through a fairly successful year, and it's not everything that has gone well, but at least the verdict coming from the masses is that we have done well. Both NDC and other party members and Ghanaians in general think that this year has been better than the immediate past years. I would like to also say that it is not all the expectations of our rank and file that has been met, and it is natural because as we strive to reset the country, there are certain things we cannot do the same way that MPP had done. And so we must always, even as we grieve that we have not gotten what we wanted under President Mahama's government yet, we should always remember that we are carrying the burden of resetting the country. We all went through the trenches, promising Ghanaians that when we come, we will do things better for the conditions, their conditions to change. In our effort to do things better for the conditions of the ordinary Ghanaian to change, we cannot be repeating certain things that MPP did exclusively for their family and party members. And so let us keep our hope in President Mahama's administration, and the conditions of living that are improving has impacted on everybody, whether you are NDC or not. Don't fall for the teasing and taunting of MPP people. Oh, you were riding the same bicycle. When you came to power, you are still riding the same bicycle. They want to exchange positions with you to be in government, and then you will be in opposition. If you listen to them, the day you find yourself in opposition, you'll be laughing at the wrong side of your mouth. You will regret. You will now see through their taunting that it was meant to weaken you, so they take over your position.
Welcome back to your transformative program, Politics and Beyond. This is a platform that transforms the future, transforms the minds, with the intention of us building a better country, if not necessarily for our sake, at least for the sake of our next generation and our children who are even yet to be born. And that is why it's always a privilege to come your way every Mondays at 8 p.m. I'm still your host and continue to be your host, Emmanuel Wilson Jr. As I indicated, this evening we are having an assessment on the 1 year of His Excellency John Mahama's administration. And we are finding out, we are concentrating on governance, we are concentrating on transparency, and we are finding out whether or not your expectations have been met. Do you think that this past year, a foundation has been laid that gives you hope? Or you think that the foundation that has been laid is a foundation that is not giving you the hope that is expected? At the appropriate time, as I indicated, the phone lines will be activated for you to call in. But even as we do that, it is important for you to realize that you can start sending in your comments and start sending your assessments as far as the 1 year of His Excellency John Mahama's administration is concerned. So we are looking at it. And there are so many sectors and so many areas we can look at. But for the sake of us having enough time for you to engage this platform, I'm going to be as brief as possible. So the first thing that I want us to look at has to do with the economy. If we see the economy, and I wish we can have the slide of the economy on the screen for us all to look at. Clearly, last election, one of the key things that decided the outcome of the election had to do with the economy. And so clearly, if you look at the 1 year of His Excellency John Mahama's administration, we can confidently say that the foundation that has been laid, without any doubt, is raising, or is suggestive that it is raising a dead economy. From, you remember the sovereign credits ratings that we were having under the erstwhile administration, it is so clear that this time the economy is picking up. The government has renewed investor confidence and created positive momentum. And so it looks like suggestively that structures have been put in place, and this 1 year, from all indication, the economy is reviving. That is the first observation about the economy. The second one has to do with the size of the government. And if you appreciate how many individuals constituted the erstwhile administration, and you compare it to this current one, it is so clear that as we speak, Ghana is being run on the most leanest size of government ever. It is actually less than 60, even though we were promised 60, we have less than 60 individuals forming the government for us. And this 1 year, the government led by His Excellency John Mahama has led this government or this country with less than 60 individuals. Now, what it simply tells us is that it has cut down expenses, because every individual appointed comes with its expenses and is going to add to the weight of the government chest, as we say it. And so we can confidently say that because we have the leanest size of government, the expenses that we were having on this country during the erstwhile administration has been cut down by almost 50 or just around 50%. And that money that has been saved as a result of this is being used for other things. So that is also about it. We've had 1 year having the leanest size of government. The other thing that is also important for us to look at has to do with the constitutional review. I remember clearly and consistently I have said that one of the best, if not the best presidents we've had in this Fourth Republic has to do with His Excellency, the late President of Ghana, Professor Atta Mills. And my argument has always been on the fact that he is the only president who has constituted or attempted or initiated for us to have a constitutional review. It is so interesting to note that after His Excellency, the demise of His Excellency Professor Mills, we have a new president who has shown so much commitment to this, to the extent that within the 1 year, we've been able to constitute a committee, and that promise has been kept. We've been able to have a constitutional reform reform taking place, which has even been submitted. The report has been submitted to the president, and the president has communicated to us, or from what we have heard, a lot of the proposals seems to be sitting well. At the appropriate time, this platform will dive into the report for us to know the components and the things that makes up the report. But from all indication, it is so clear that this 1 year has seen Ghana achieving this. It is a significant thing, and we want to applaud, because we talked about it prior to the elections, and we're so loud on it that there's a need for us to have a reform. The 1 year has communicated to us that that reform is ongoing. Indeed, the report has been submitted and the next line of action will be given. So that is also it. Then we also look at another important area, which is, so dear to the economy. It's actually one of the heartbeats when it comes to Ghana's economy. It affects everything. It affects you, it affects me, it affects commerce, it affects everything. And I'm making reference to fuel. And so clearly it is also important for us to appreciate that this 1 year under this new government led by His Excellency John Mahama, it is so clear that there has been significant reduction in fuel prices. And those of us who go to the pump, we will attest to this. It is such a relief. It is quite unfortunate that despite all this, it looks like we are having some challenges when it comes to the public transport system. And that is also one thing that we'll be discussing intensely on this platform, not tonight, but at the appropriate time, because we know that it is affecting all of us. But from all indication, the 1 year administration led by His Excellency John Mahama has made us see a significant reduction in fuel prices, and that is super amazing. Moving on from fuel, we want to look at the light, not the lighter, but the light system. It is also very clear, and I don't know where you find yourself, but from all indications, and I'm not saying it is 100% perfect, because sometimes even me, I do experience it. My locality, my area, we do experience it. But the truth of the matter is that when we talk of keeping the lights on in our homes and in our businesses and all other areas, it is so clear that this 1 year has seen a significant improvement. We shouldn't be quick to forget that just after the elections, after we ended the 2024 elections, we were confronted by a significant issue, and that had to do with the doomsaw. It was so magnificent, but interestingly, the sector minister, the president, individuals involved were able to take hold of the challenge. And it is so clear that we hardly talk about doomsaw in this recent time or in this 1 year. And so that is also one thing that we need to appreciate or acknowledge. There's one other thing, and that has to do with the District Assembly Common Fund. The District Assembly Common Fund, this 1 year has also seen an improvement in the percentage of District Assembly Common Fund that is paid to MMDAs. Very significant. The amount that is being sent, or that has been sent, or was sent to the various MMDAs is such a significant one. And that, for me, suggests or communicates that there's indeed trust and confidence when it comes to local government. I have said consistently that local government is the way for us to go. We can't do any significant development in this country when we don't have local government structures in place. And so for us to see that we have, this 1 year, we've seen a significant improvement when it comes to, or a significant improvement when it comes to the percentages of funds that has been paid to MMDAs. It is something that needs to be commended. It is laudable. But these are some sectors. I will not be able to go through all the sectors, but these are some sectors that, from all indication, there seems to be an improvement. I also want us to look at other sectors or other areas that I think that we need to do a bit more as a country. As a country and as a government, Ghana is expecting that improvement will take place in these areas. And so the first one I want us to look at has to do with monitoring and evaluation. This is so worrying. And those of us with monitoring and evaluation experience and background will tell you that if you really want to have success in any project that you engage yourself in, whether personal or even corporate, governance, whatever it is important for you to give attention to M&E, as we will want to describe it. Monitoring and evaluation. We need to build the capacity of the presidency to improve monitoring, evaluation, and performance in public services delivery. It is so clear that this 1 year has not brought us to that stage where we can say that monitoring and evaluation is taking on the way we expect it as far as the public services delivery is concerned. And so that is a shortfall in this 1 year. We need to build capacity. The question that comes into my mind is, why is it that when it comes to monitoring and evaluation, it looks like the presidency is quiet? We don't really have a clear structure at the presidency that has the mandate of ensuring that particularly public service delivery is improved. We don't have a clear structure that says that we are in charge of monitoring and evaluation, and our focus is to make sure that public services delivery across board, right from the MMDCs, the local level system or local level, all the way to the ministries or whichever entity we can imagine or think of. So this 1 year, there is a gap. Monitoring and evaluation at the presidency, there's a need for us to make sure that we build it up. Remember, I applauded the lighting, and I was talking about this 1 year seeing us holding and having the lights on in our homes. But there's one area that also needs to be looked at, and that has to do with the lighting up. Lighting up is different from the lighting system. And so we are talking here about the lighting up. And this is where we are looking at particularly street lights. Accra is super dark. It is so dangerous and terrible to drive, especially in the night, in Greater Accra, our capital city. The capital city is super dark, and you can attest to it. I'm sure in some areas where you find yourself, you can also attest to it. You drive and you can move all the way from one end to the other, especially on a highway such as the motorway, from one place to the other, moving all the way from T Junction all the way to Nungwa, moving all the way from Elwak all the way to Achimota. And you will end up not experiencing lights on the road. And so it is so dangerous. So this is one area that needs to be looked at. This 1 year of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has not given Ghana the opportunity to experience a significant lighting up. No. And I'm calling on the regional minister, the Greater Accra regional minister. And this is not just subject to Greater Accra. It is very possible that other regions too, especially the capitals, are experiencing same. And not just the capitals. Significant areas, road, highways that connect cities and towns. A lot of them are so dark. The country is super dark. The regional ministers, especially the Greater Accra regional minister, needs to be up and doing. She needs to up her game when it comes to this area. We cannot live in a country, in a capital, where about 2/3 of the environment is so dark that you can't even drive in the night. And when you are driving without a highlight, and sometimes with a highlight, you are still so careful because you can't even see beyond 200 meters. This is so dangerous. So the lighting up needs improvement. This 1 year, we are not so happy when it comes to the lighting ups in this capital cities. The other one that I also want us to look at has to do with the state-owned enterprises. Remember, I talked about the state-owned enterprise and the fact that we need to build capacities. We need to have monitoring and evaluation and make sure that, public services delivery takes effect, and it is doing very well. State-owned enterprises, there's also the need for improvement in the performance and profitability of these enterprises. Yes, we are waiting for the 2025 report, state-owned report, to make our own judgment and assessment. But the truth of the matter is that state-owned enterprises need to be looked at. The era where it was kind of a norm for state-owned enterprises to be recording debts and be recording deficits and losses should be a thing of the past. And so this 1 year has not communicated so strongly that there's significant things happening as far as the state-owned enterprises is concerned. I am going to continue with the remaining 2 or 3 slides, but I will want to activate the phone lines at this moment for us to have an interaction. What has been your assessment so far? Has it been a good one for you? Has it been a bad one for you? Do you think there's hope? Do you think the future is good compared to erstwhile administration, or even comparing to the foundation that this 1 year has built? As I indicated, I'll go back to the other slides, but in engaging you, I want to read some few messages that has come. This one is coming from Dr. Lord Gowans. He's a lecturer at the KNUST, that's Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He says, "Good evening, Chief. To me, as an anti-corruption crusader, the most significant achievement of this government is not to have witnessed any corruption scandal in a whole year. That hardly happens in our politics. I commend the government and hope they keep to this corruption-free attitude throughout their tenure. Furthermore, they should intensify efforts to make sure Oral retrieves all state resources that were looted by some members of the previous government. We have not forgotten the PDS, the Pualugu, National Cathedral, and other scandals. We are watching keenly to see what will become of these cases." So yes, this is a fellow anti-corruption crusader, an executive member of Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana. Doc, I agree perfectly with you. I will come back and tell you a funny story in line with your message. Caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Yeah, please. My name is Felix Abuja.
Abuja, how are you doing?
Please, I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing well. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Adaklu.
Okay, very well. Please go ahead.
Yeah, please. I want to talk about the 1 year achievement of John Dramani, the president of the land. He did very well compared to the former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. When you look at let's say our fuel, that's petrol, it's reduced compared to the last 8 years. I can say that you have 3 years more to go, so I know that he can deliver more than what he did.
Honorable Abuja.
Yes, sir.
You do?
Sorry?
Do you relate Honorable Abuja?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay, that's right. No wonder you were talking about the roads. All right, Felix, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I was making reference to the comments or the message that came from Dr. Lord Gowan. Just some few days ago, I met a colleague in town, a media friend, and he jokingly said that it looks like this new government is rendering you and the anti-corruption crusaders, how do we call it, jobless.
No?
Hello, caller.
Yeah.
Welcome to Politics and Beyond. Good evening.
Yeah.
Your name?
How are you?
I'm very well. Your name?
I'm calling from Kintampo.
Kintampo, your name?
I'm calling from Kintampo.
Me pacho din the same Udin. Your name?
Your friend is Mr. Haruna.
Okay.
Kintampo.
Pacho tiaso yetio.
Me pacho me mo juma pa udino.
Me that's it.
Na nimpese me kan say. Abai no ahwebo ama bona wo hye no watimi adisu ama biaka ba de hai bebre ewo mo hye ni say omo amo ye corruption wo former government no yes nim ni no mo kan ho akutama nim ni sika omo bi aye bebe tawantimi anti sa police na mo ankudi ni awuse promise na wo promise ye ganyes no me ya wo beto e dia ebe hai adwi you say you man another support support no coin amanda that, but the person what is sample for me who sampa washabo or disu.
Right. Mati.
The person
Mati Haruna Medasipa. So that is what Haruna is talking about. So caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from?
My name is Thomas. I'm calling from Asumbre in the Central District.
Okay. Thomas, please go ahead.
I see that Ghanaians voted for John Dramani Mahama to come out and lead the country. They are not going to regret it. We are not saying it. Things are being in order. So we are praying that they will continue. And the rest is they should try their best and retrieve our money stolen by the administration for us. That is all what I can say. We thank God. Bye.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you so much. So, as I was saying, I was talking about, it is so significant that this 1 year, we have not recorded any scandal when it comes to corruption. And I'm just saying it to buttress what Dr. Lord Gowan said, because it is very, very important. As I indicated, a friend jokingly said that it looks like this 1 year under His Excellency John Mahama, anti-corruption crusaders are having a very relaxed moment because there's really nothing to talk about. We pray that it goes on that way, and we pray that it continues that way. So that is that. The caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello. Oh, went to me in Jinaso. All right. This one says, good evening, Mr. Wilson.
Hello.
Okay. Caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Udini Baby Akasefi, your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Borga.
Borga, your name?
Atia.
Say it again.
Atia.
Atia. Oh, okay, Atia. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's about an Oforata, former minister. Ken Oforata.
Yes.
I don't know why Ken Oforata left the country and they are not bringing him back. No, there was a time when the MPP ministers all 18, 5 of them came and said, okay, Oforata can work. So they should change it. Unfortunately, the former president guaranteed that Ken Oforata can work. Now he has run away. Now that he has run away, he were to be an ordinary person who was sent to police, and somebody goes to guarantee, and the fellow runs away. Won't the police follow to arrest the one who guaranteed? So now those should be brought to book. They should ask him to go and look for the former minister because he guaranteed for him, and he squandered away. So they should tell the former president to go and look for that. Thank you.
All right, that's great, Atia. Thank you so much. Greetings to everyone in Bogatanga. Next caller, your name and where you are calling from? Takwa, Mpacho Abdullah. Takwa for what you're saying. Good. Mpacho ATO.
Pacho, Kakra mechanism, the same mechanism on. Most of the mama, where they would be so they will or the Yezuma. Mumma train. Near my air cosmina, most also let train San Yezuma, Mr. Panamo. It moves ma Nasia Avicus, Burkina, and Niama, and the far, Mr. Pahano, Massa. Then you think a trainer, you could train the quarter dada. I'm a Samuma train Yezuma, Ghana the same for so. One to me cry, one more time for an answer and for me train. No man, footwear and the trade that man manage a Juma the Graba man, my president, and that's our president. Like some Kakan soon to send the catcher or mining now. Bye bye.
That's a point. In fact, there work on a Fibian, that is one area that I always look forward to say, you bet me a revival as a country. Caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello, caller. Your name and where you are calling from? Who didn't they saying? Say, meet you.
Hello.
Tio, yeah, Tio.
Bato, really, What do you put in her?
Kosi Yetio, hello. Okay, it looks like we've lost the caller on the line. Do you have the next caller on the line? Okay, let me go to the messages. Okay, to the caller has come. Welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. Your name?
Okay. My name is Zachary. I'm calling from Western North region.
Oh, Zach. Hope all is well.
Yeah, good. Everything is well.
Good. Please go ahead.
But what I would like to say is indeed about Papa Abba. To be frank, one of the most important things this government has done a lot is about stabilizing the economy and also to make sure that there has not been any corruption for the past 12 months. It's one of the remarkable things that whenever I sleep, I think and dream about it. And what I would like to say is most of you who are closer to the corridors of power, in fact, I must say TVXYZ is one of the stations that worked seriously to bring this government into power. So whenever you see something that it is not in the right direction, I will plead that you prompt the government as early as possible to maintain this speed so that at the end of the day, the benefit will be for all of us. In fact, I'm very proud of you guys. May Allah be with you.
Amen. Zach, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do I have a caller on the line? Hello, caller.
Hello.
Good evening and welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Thank you so much.
Fine.
May Pacho reduce the volume on your TV set. Can we have the next caller if he's not ready? Hello, welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Politics and Beyond. Your name and where you are calling from?
I am Eno Mary.
Eno Mary.
Yeah.
Yes, Mepacho, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Me first see a friend saying Southern.
I'm from
Southern, please.
Oh, okay. Mate. Pacho, it's you.
Na oforia tasami. Ada yesro Trump na. Yentumi enko chikere ne nan ne nsa ne yemfa ne mba. Because mental sector you be na wi ade e Ghana here. Na no me hu o TV so. Somebody told an armed robber or your 20 years, your money 30 years imprisonment. In Timberton, this I said, become a baby, papa will ye be. It gives you what can have with this or your brewing. Now you have to me anti train and I am Fanem Bagana, no mentality. And see, Yabama and Quire, you know, you bet me a cotton and I shall be the Napa.
Hello, Mary. Matty. Medasi, that's right. The next caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. It looks like we lost the caller on the line. Hello, good evening and welcome to Politics and Beyond. Yami Adom, Udini baby akasefi.
Bajam because African tampo bunu yi.
Udin.
Yo, Bajam mi driver ni azu se spare parts. Udin.
Kobna Isaac. Kosumitio.
Mi kobra kwanta.
Mati Yetio.
Se mi driver ni. Se ye fu ene dollar na ba fam. And so more moton your cars on spare parts and say ne bo akosoro. They say abano or dia found.
Mati Kobna Medasi Paswa. This is something that is so worrying. Remember, I indicated earlier that in one of the subsequent episodes, we'll be looking at the transportation system in this country, and particularly the public transport system. and whether or not all these foundations that we are saying has been laid, how is it reflecting in the pockets of you and I? We'll be looking at that. Welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name?
Yeah, me Pascal. Me friend Ayensuano. Anwa.
Pascal Ayensuano, my constituency. Mitio.
Ayensuano constituency.
Yes. I want to be free.
Yeah. I want to free. Good. Asia.
No problem, Pascal.
Okay. Abba Papa Abba. Say yenina ya jetum se bibia akoyi. Say member NDC abano 9/10. Now me ye free 9/10 so no. Any can for ya ta 7 e ha me. Say mix se ya me wa ha se me ko twa obi board ye se sia o na fu na me ba be di na e komuntia. E kokoto an sha be jeli mbe 20 years. Na ken for ya ta sika bebrebe ya wa boyeka agwa dwane du ba bi kura no. The down one MP say one more empeno, but the brother say one more man koji loan bimra or koji ba no Ghana for who say papa yare papa na so obetu ma ye adwuma no na so yare na so obetu ma ye adwuma ne dia say we adwuma na bra bebu nkonta kire o man na wo say wo ma na omo so sin Ghana mra na Mr. That's somebody there ehia me Yame, any I so anofo nyina ye pesi yehu but after pa obi nso nto aso.
Hello, welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello? Can you hear me? I guess we lost. Yeah, hello. Welcome to Politics and Beyond. You're from saying Yusuf. Yusuf, mpachi it's you.
Yo, me da se pase, me trama, y la furata di na me, ella me pa.
Diade.
Akata hiyo.
Yusuf, yente kasani yo.
Me say. Hello?
Mitio, yetio.
Me say kina furata ni furata di na ella me pa. So obi tini say my sika say na monti nyanko tene die ayam ya pa because indi one dia wa seka ye briko mu kwa ma omo ye sai kura tere da ya monti ni pa obi mu kura.
Okay, Yusuf, into the no me dasi answer dasi pa. All right, next caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello, caller. Okay. What's your main car?
I'm a capa.
Udini baby Akasefi.
I'm a Kasafi. Tama.
Ashaman.
Tama.
Oh, Tema. Mate. Udin.
You're from Douglas. Yeah.
Douglas.
A branch communication officer.
Okay, Douglas, it's you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The whole Ghana, the reason why now you're too about John Dramani Mahama said. And conform with them, we are catch on the young from a MPP. Young from MPP, you found new fallacy patriotic party because one from brain judgment. Oh, to Mishambra, and Brananka San Quampuchona, what's the vida? Oh, to say fallacy for. It's saying you way the whole Ghana Manka Court, the Wooten Coco Bobusa won't forward you 1% to him. Now, wouldn't Canada Ghana, also Bank of Ghana, offer Data Bank. Now, yes, 1995, the same thing about the other warrants. Now we come over for Sika. What did you get over $5 million? What did you get other quay? Yet now my papa we are also about a finance minister. About some Ghana secretary way. And you pensioner, me not blame a color. Me not know a full MPP or support a fund MPP on philosophy idea. But two of the came for a tendency. Me not know ya pensioner Sika. We ya. John Dramani Mahama, Ghana 4 and 2 about money say, Ombra number development. You say, John Dramani Mahama, you believe in say, before Obada was on an asphalt, why you da. But the main reason why not yet to Obama in there, in Kofu, we have put Ghana for one another since Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. All better for Ghana, man, ever die and Eddie brought for full Eddie Badada Ghana for says ye. Technology and advice, obvious rophobia nimadi. It's about one yet too much on my 2 millions of millions vote no. The main purpose that this people they are criminal organization society. We need to arrest 10 Ofulata. America, we are the sovereignty country. America cannot control Ghana. Just like they can fight, they have
the next caller on the line, please.
Okay, the Ghana. It's a struggle.
Thank you so much. Caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Your name, Udini Baby
Hello,
Akasef.
good evening.
Yes, good evening. Yes.
Okay. But
Since
the friends are for Benjamin.
Volume
Yes.
on your TV set, if it is on, reduce. Not me direct.
The friends are for Benjamin.
Okay, Sefin.
Japan constituency.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. But maybe between 2023.
Benjamin Yetio. Hello? Okay. It looks like you lose to Benjamin on the line. Caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello?
Hello?
It looks like the person is listening to himself on the line. Can we take another caller, please? A different caller. Caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from?
Please, my name is Pius. I'm calling from Ablikma.
Okay. Pius, go ahead.
I have something to say concerning your program. First of all, I thank you very much for helping the nation with
thank you.
This your program. Yeah. What I wanted to say is, in fact, we all try our possible best to vote for our president, President John Dramani Mahama. And what we wanted him to do, it seems he's not doing it because all those who have spent the nation's money, we want him to arrest all those people. That is the main reason why we voted for him. He's not doing that. So you can see the MPP people complaining, and after all, whom are they arresting? None of them has spent any money the nation. So because our president John Dramani Mahama is not arresting anybody, they're not seeing anything. So please, we want him to do that fast, and we will also be happy for him. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pius. Thank you so much. Maybe we'll take the last 2 callers and then we'll come to the text messages and we'll wrap up. Caller, welcome to Politics and Beyond.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and where you're calling from? Yeah, brother, Nipan say again. Okay, Sefin. Okay, Nipan say again, Koso. Yetio.
I am.
Koso Yetio. Or you are listening to yourself. So with you who already TV as well.
Okay,
we'll put you
and
off.
yet it is I'm saying why are the papa name 2 areas to be a while in 3 manner. I mean, hello.
Meet you.
A bit to say, Coco sector say no, one bomb more than one inch so now would be educating us when to my day. Oh, you can so beg it in your mind. But the actual the what your mom more than on checking mine.
Right, Martin. Nipan say then, yeah, that's it. Maybe the last caller. Welcome to Politics and Beyond. Hello. Welcome to Politics and Beyond. Udini Baby Akasefi. Udin the same. Yetio.
Okay.
Commander to the factory on the buyer. Commander to the factory. Why damn? And You're already at least
Okay. Thank you so much, Commander Sugar Factory. So, I mean, this is where time will allow us with the phone-in segment. I know there are a number of you who are online and want to communicate, but we are so sorry about that. This is where time will allow us. Let's go to one or two messages, and then I'll wrap it up with the remaining slides that we have. This one says, good evening, Mr. Wilson. Can the government delve into PPP in the transport sector? That is public-private partnership in the transport sector. We should not allow monopoly over formations of legal or simple entities. For example, Ghana Bar Associations, GPRTU, and others. Let these groups be more and manage their own affairs without any contributions from the taxpayers. We don't need them. These two entities are a headache to our growth as a nation, and let the government invite more big transport businesses with thousands of them to ease the challenges of this sector. And this is coming from Hula Gumado. I am not sure where you are testing from, Hula, but I agree 101% with you on all the things that you have said here. This is just my position also. Thank you so much. This one says, hi, Mr. Wilson. If you refuse to be called human, you will definitely be seen as a goat. Hence the call from Mary to tie the finance minister and cage him by force back home. And this is coming from Tommy. Okay, so Tommy, your message is tied to Enu Mary's message, who is saying that the finance minister should be brought home, caged and be brought home. Anyway, I'm sure the law enforcers, including the Attorney General, are doing what they need to do or what the law allows them to do. I believe in the Attorney General. I believe strongly that he will do the best that needs to be done for justice to be given to this country. Let me look at, go back to the slides. So we talked about the state-owned enterprises, and I want us to look at the flagship programs. The flagship programs on the slides, if we can have it on. And you remember most of the flagship programs that we had. And of course, these were the messages that convinced a lot of people to vote for the NDC government. Remember the Feed Ghana program. You remember the Nkoko Nkiti program, the Ejumera, program, the 1 million coders program, and the almighty 24-hour economy. It is so suggestive that this 1 year, we have not experienced much when it comes to these flagship programs. What is happening to the 24-hour economy? What is really happening to the Nkoko Nkiti? We need some updates. What is happening to the Feed Ghana program? We need some updates. Indeed, what is happening to the 1 million coders program? You have no idea the number of CVs and calls I get, and I know a lot of others also do get on a daily basis, requesting, pleading for assistance to get employed. And it is so worrying. And so having this as flagship programs, this 1 year, it is suggestive that Ghana has not experienced much from these flagship programs. What is happening to the 24-hour economy? It is important that we get to know. So as we progress into the second year, into the third year, and into the fourth year, it is expected that the flagship programs will have some, impacts in the economy. Then comes the almighty, and that has to do with the oral. Indeed, if you listen to the viewers and the testers and the callers that have come, in as much as we will applaud, Crusaders Against Corruption will applaud, just as one of our executive members, Lord Gowan's indicated. We want to applaud that this 1 year seems to be, scandal-free year or corruption-free year. Not necessarily, but there's nothing like significant scandal or corruption that has taken place. In as much as that is commendable, it is also suggestive that this 1 year has not really seen or recorded much when it has to do with corruption that has already been committed or perceived corruption. And I'm making reference to the oral, the Operation Recover All Loot. What happened to the reports? How many of the reported cases lack merit? We need to find out, because the report came out, their activities gave us so much hope and it gave us so much confidence, telling us that a lot of things are taking place and are happening and has happened, especially under the erstwhile administration. It is worrying that 1 year on, we seem not to have a clear picture of reported cases in the reports of oral that lacks merit. What happened to that? We need to also find out how many have been found to have merit for prosecution. How many of that, the number of cases that came up, how many have been found by the Attorney General, by the appropriate authorities, that tells us that there's merit or there are merits in it, and so it is being moved to the next stage of prosecution. We are in demand of that. The 1 year of His Excellency John Mahama's administration has not been so clear to us on this. We also need to find out how many of these cases, reports, have been sent to courts or are being resolved by the Attorney General. So these are the three clear things that we are expecting the government to tell us. This 1 year, we didn't get much from it. But as we usher ourselves into the second year, it is expected that we'll be able to have understanding of that. Let us know the oral cases, the reports. We want to find out which of the cases have got merits. We want to find out which of them do not have merits. And we also want to find out which of them have even been taken to court, whether in court or out of court settlement. We need some updates on it. And I'm not the one to communicate to the country and to the world. At least my viewers have communicated it clearly, that individuals who are perceived to have committed corruption and corruption-related cases, they are expected, Ghanaians are expecting that some prosecution will take place. And of course, it looks like the key among it has to do with Ken Ofori-Atta. You know, something needs to be done. We need some significant action. And that is what Ghanaians are expecting. The 1 year has not convinced Ghanaians. And I am not so convinced also. And so as we move into the new year, as we move into the second year, I'm expecting, and we are all expecting, that the John Mahama-led administration will up its games when it comes to these issues. Then the very last one has to do with the local governments, the local government structure. Remember, I talked about how the 1 year was able to give us, or we saw or recorded, some significant percentage when it comes to the allocations being given to the MMDAs. But that is one aspect of it. Now we're looking at local governments in its entirety. It is so suggestive that this 1 year did not see significant improvement on the performances of our district assemblies. No, it didn't. We didn't see that. The district assemblies did not see any significant improvement, despite the fact that there has been a percentage increment when it comes to the allocation that is given to these entities. And so local government's ministry need to set up and up its game. It is important for us. The 1 year that we have seen clearly did not communicate to us that local government performance had any significant improvement. And what is worrying, as I indicated, has to do with the fact that, you know, to whom much is given, much is expected. It will be worrying, and I mean, it is disappointing that we'll have such a significant increment in terms of finances and monies allocated to these entities, and yet we can't have any significant thing to talk about. Sanitation issue, there hasn't been any significant improvement. When it comes to congestion, there hasn't been any significant improvement. When it comes to taking locally generated incomes, there hasn't been any significant improvement. Local government needs to set up when it comes to this. The minister should improve the performance of the MMDAs, and that is what we need to do as a country. I'm hoping that as we move on into this new year, we will be able to say that the first year's expectations, which seems not to be, we could not experience, this new year will usher us into that. And that is what we expect to have. I mean, this is a summary or, a brief of the 1 year of His Excellency John Dramani Mahame's administration. I'm sorry the number of messages that have come through. I'm sorry that I could only read about 2 or so, just because of time constraints. Next week, we're going to have another interesting episode. Remember that next week will just be, I think, the very last Monday before the MPP goes into their elections. We're going to have a conversation around that, and we'll bring in the individuals that matters when it comes to this, and we'll have a conversation and for you to know all the things that you need to know. But we need to have in mind that getting into the second year of His Excellency John Dramani Mahame's administration, there's still more to be done. And Ghanaians are expecting extremely more, because we voted overwhelmingly simply because of the expectations. These expectations must not be cut short. All too soon, this is where time will allow us. I am still your host, Emmanuel Wilson Jr., and all I can say for now until we meet again next week is good night.